Hello and welcome to Sociology 101, Introduction to Sociology. I'm Dr. Linda Vermette and I'm your instructor for this course. I'm going to take about 2 minutes to discuss the way Blackboard is organized, and then we're going to take just another few minutes to discuss the major topics that you'll be covering the first week of the class. Each week we will probably have announcements, if not more frequently. So it's your responsibility to make sure that you check the announcements regularly. You will be held responsible for whatever message I am sending you, whether that be additional assignments or maybe changing assignments or due dates or whatever it is. I don't send out unnecessary announcements, so if an announcement is sent out, it's because it's important that I communicate with you. In the faculty information section, you are able to find information about my preferred method of communication, which is email, and here is my email address. Please note that I will not respond to any emails from email addresses that are not CWI accounts, because I do not know who I'm communicating with, and it is also school policy that we only use our CWI accounts. I have provided my home telephone number and ask that you call between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. I will reply to phone messages as quickly as possible, and I do not return calls on weekends and holidays, so make sure that you know what your assignment is and that you know what is required, and if you have any questions, that you get in touch with me before the weekend and don't leave your assignments until the last minute. Since I am teaching online, I do not have an on-campus office at present, so I am holding virtual office hours. They will be held Mondays from 10:30 to 11:30 Mountain Time, and you can simply access that by going to Tools. If you click on Tools, there's a program called Collaboration, and just follow the information there. Click on Collaboration, click on Office Virtual Hours, and I will be there. I will let you know that you should probably plan on about 15 minutes to get into the whole program, because you may have to download a JavaScript. I've also included information about my education, my philosophy of teaching, and some personal information about my family and my interests. During the course of the program, there will be some course documents that I will upload into this section here, and I will let you know when those are available. And of course, you will have discussion board entries due each week. Please remember that if you are the first one entering, you really need to create the thread. And just click on the Create Thread button and off you go, making your discussion board entries. So with that, I would like to go to the weekly modules and to the first week. The topics that we have for the first week are sociology and sociological thinking. Normally you have one chapter a week, but periodically you will have more than one, and the first week is one of those times. So you are dealing with the two concepts, sociology and sociological thinking. But before you do that, I suggest that you take the scavenger hunt, which is due by the end of the first week of class on Saturday night at 11:59 p.m. You need to get 100% on this. It basically tells me that you've read the syllabus and the schedule and that you can navigate the documents and the buttons on the left. You need to get 100% for this assignment to be considered complete. However, you can take it as many times as you want, as long as you do it before 11:59 p.m. on Saturday. Okay. First envelope that you have that pertains to this first week is an envelope that includes a video. And the video is about the definition of sociology. Please note that in all the videos there will be a little drop-down menu. You choose your language, and there will be closed caption if you need that service. Okay. The second points that we will be covering are PowerPoints. And every week I will provide for you PowerPoints condensing the information that is covered in the chapter. Okay. This week, since we're dealing with 2 chapters, you have 2 PowerPoints. The first set of PowerPoints are on what is sociology, and the second is on sociological thinking and research. When we look at what is sociology, we're really dealing with the definition of sociology and what that particularly entails. The American public has a little difficult time with sociology because we are really a very I need to move this so that I can get at my controls. I can't. So the American population is actually a very psychologically based culture. And we tend to look at individuals and say, what did they do that caused this situation? Who's at fault in this divorce? Who's at fault for losing this job? What did you do that you lost your job? Whereas sociologists look at a bigger picture. They kind of take a look at culture from an airplane. And they look down and they say, what are the elements that contributed to this divorce? Is it finances? Is it differences in religion? Is it stress of jobs? Have they outgrown each other's interests? They look at cultural aspects. Same thing with losing a job. What caused this person to lose their job? What economic factors on a sociological scale have impacted that? Are we going through a recession? Are we going through some sort of an economic upheaval? Is the industry that the individual in dying back? Is there no longer as great a need for the position that they hold? So a sociologist looks at the bigger picture, and they look at how the individual is impacted as opposed to the individual causing a situation. Some of the basic concepts that you'll be dealing with is sociology as defined as a scientific study of the connection between the individual and social structure. And it's that connection that is so important. In my welcoming note, I said to you, you are sociology. You make sociology, and sociology helps to form you. But in the end, you have a choice. And so there are other alternatives to different actions. We are not beings that simply are dictated to. Okay? So that's what we will cover in Chapter 1. Whereas when you're looking at Chapter 2, we're looking at sociological thinking and sociological research. And sociological thinking is really a fascinating approach to thinking. I mean, it's simply that way. When we're talking about sociological thinking, we're talking about a process. We're talking about how we look at things. And sociologists tend to look at things just a little bit differently. They first define the process, they review it, they research it, and they're basically looking for an interplay of individuals and society. And that is also how they approach research. The research is about correlations, not causation. That being, a child generally gets their immunization vaccines at approximately 2 to 3 years of age. Between 2 and 3 years of age is the peak time that doctors are able to diagnose autism, because that's when the features and characteristics and behaviors show. There is a correlation between when the vaccines are given and when the first signs of autism show. It is not a causation. Vaccines, scientifically proven, do not cause autism. So sociologists really look at correlations. They do not look at causation. So with that, I would like to wish you the best this week. As I said, if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to call me. And remember that when you go back into your folder, you will see that there is a quiz for this week that is due at 11:59 p.m. And you are on an honor system where you are not using your notes during this time. If you use your notes during your weekly exams, you will find that your midterm, which you have to take in the testing center, will be extremely difficult. So please take the time to study appropriately, and if you need any help from me, please call. I look forward to your call, and I want to thank you for your time and attention for the last 10 or 12 minutes. Have a great day.